Ever wondered what it was really like for the very first president of the United States? Let's dive into the incredible and challenging presidency of George Washington. Picture this. It's 1789. The United States is a brand new, fragile country. There's no blueprint for being president. Washington literally had to invent the job as he went along. Everything he did, from creating the first presidential cabinet to how he addressed Congress, set a precedent for every president who followed. He knew the world was watching and that the future of the nation rested on his shoulders. One of his first major tasks was to get the country's finances in order. The nation was buried in debt from the Revolutionary War. His Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, came up with a bold plan to create a national bank and assume state debts. This was super controversial. People like Thomas Jefferson and James Madison were strongly against it, arguing it gave the federal government too much power. This disagreement basically kick-started the formation of America's first political parties, the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans. Washington also faced challenges from outside. When France and Britain went to war, he had to make a tough call. Many Americans wanted to support France, who had helped them during their revolution. But Washington knew the young nation was too weak for another war. He issued the Proclamation of Neutrality, keeping America out of the conflict. This was an unpopular but wise decision that protected the country. At home, he had to prove the new government's authority. When farmers in western Pennsylvania rebelled against attacks on whiskey, in what's known as the Whiskey Rebellion, Washington didn't just send a letter. He personally led an army of 13,000 men to put down the uprising. It was a powerful message. The federal government was strong and would enforce its laws. But perhaps Washington's most important act was what he did at the end. After 2 terms, he voluntarily stepped down from power. In a world of kings and lifelong rulers, this was revolutionary. His farewell address warned against the dangers of political factions and foreign entanglements, advice that still echoes today. So, Washington's presidency wasn't just about being the first. It was about building a nation from scratch, navigating intense political battles, and establishing the traditions that would define the American presidency for centuries to come. His leadership was the steady hand that guided the United States through its turbulent first years. Hope you enjoyed this trip back in time. If you learned something new, give this video a like and subscribe for more history deep dives. Thanks for watching.